Hello, my name is Harry and I am a British English teacher. I have taught thousands of students. To help with your learning, I have created a completely free ebook. To download the free book, you will find a link in my description. Is there anything wrong with using simple words? No, there isn't. Native speakers use simple words all the time. But to help you to communicate more articulately, you can incorporate more advanced words. Hard. This means something that is difficult to do or to understand. We use this word when something requires a lot of effort, skill, or time. Instead of using the word hard, you could say arduous. Arduous. Here, the stress is on the first syllable. Arduous. This means something that is difficult and requires a lot of effort. For example, completing the arduous hike up Ben Nevis took them the entire day. Managing the project was an arduous process, but the team finally succeeded. Gruelling. Gruelling. Here the stress is on the first syllable. Gruelling. This means something that is extremely tiring or demanding. For example, the actor endured a grueling rehearsal schedule to prepare for the play. After a grueling 12-hour shift, she finally got some rest. Rigorous. Rigorous. The stress is on the first syllable. Rigorous. This means something thorough, demanding, or strict. For example, the astronaut had to go through rigorous physical training before the mission. Here, the astronaut had to go through a lot of difficult and extremely difficult training sessions to get him or her ready to go out into outer space. The school's entrance exams are notoriously rigorous. So the school's entrance exams aren't just difficult, they are extremely difficult. They're very demanding. Laborious. Laborious. The stress is on the second syllable. Laborious. This means something requiring considerable time and effort. For example, copying out the manuscript by hand was a laborious task. So copying out the manuscript by hand took a long time. It wasn't quick like typing. You had to use a pen and your hand to write, to copy. So this task was very laborious. It took a lot of time and effort. Cleaning the ancient, dust-filled library turned out to be more laborious than anticipated. So here it may have been a task that seemed easy, but it took a long time because there was a lot of dust in the library and it took a lot of time and a lot of effort. It was very laborious. Strenuous. Strenuous. Here the stress is on the first syllable. Strenuous. This means requiring great energy, effort, or strength. For example, the rescue team made a strenuous effort to save the stranded climbers. Training for the triathlon proved to be a strenuous challenge. So doing a triathlon is extremely difficult, and it's something which you cannot just prepare for overnight or a few days. It takes a lot of consistent effort to prepare. So it's a strenuous challenge. Happy is a very common word. So this is when someone is in a good mood and they have positive emotions. But there are some advanced words you can use. For example, elated. Elated. The stress is on the second syllable. Elated. This means extremely happy or overjoyed. For example, she felt elated after receiving the promotion at work. Maybe this is something she worked extremely hard for. So to have that promotion, she's elated. She's not just happy, she's extremely happy. Winning the award left him feeling absolutely elated. So you can use this word absolutely before just to emphasize how happy you are. Absolutely elated. Ecstatic. Ecstatic. The stress is on the second syllable, ecstatic. This means intensely happy or excited. For example, the crowd was ecstatic when their team won the championship. I know, me personally, if Arsenal win the Premiership, I would be ecstatic because it's been such a long time. So this is when you are extremely happy. She was ecstatic to hear the news of her best friend's engagement. Jubilant. Jubilant. The stress is on the first syllable, jubilant. This means feeling or expressing great joy, often in a celebratory way. For example, the team was jubilant after scoring the winning goal. The crowd was jubilant as the fireworks lit up the sky. Overjoyed. Overjoyed. The stress is on the first syllable, overjoyed. This means extremely happy or delighted. She was overjoyed to finally meet her childhood idol. They were overjoyed when they found out they were expecting a baby. So here it's not normal happiness, it's immense, it's extremely happy. So overjoyed. Euphoric. Euphoric. The stress is on the second syllable, euphoric. This means intensely and overwhelmingly happy. For example, he was euphoric after completing his first marathon. So maybe he's been training for a long time. It's been a dream of his to complete the marathon, and he did it. He finally did it. So he was euphoric. He was immensely happy. The couple felt euphoric as they stepped into their new home. Again, maybe this has been a dream of theirs to own a home, and they can't believe it. They are so happy that they've stepped into their brand new home. Important. This is a very common word, and this means something that matters a lot or has a great value. But let's increase the level and use some advanced words. The first word is crucial. Crucial. The stress is on the first syllable, crucial. This means extremely significant or necessary, essential for success or resolution. For example, it's crucial to submit your application before the deadline. The next few hours will be crucial for the success of the rescue mission. So this is something which is very important, because if you miss the deadline, then you miss out on an opportunity. So when something is crucial, it's extremely important. Paramount. Paramount. The stress is on the first syllable, paramount. This means more important than anything else. It's of supreme importance. Ensuring the safety of the passengers is of paramount importance. For this project, meeting the client's needs is paramount. So it's extremely important. Pivotal. Pivotal. The stress is on the first syllable, pivotal. This means of great importance because it influences the outcome of a situation. For example, the invention of the printing press was a pivotal moment in history. His decision to move abroad was pivotal to his career success. Momentous. Momentous. This is a very nice word to say. The stress is on the second syllable, momentous. This means of great importance or significance, especially in having a lasting impact. For example, the signing of the peace treaty was a momentous occasion. Her graduation was one of the most momentous days of her life. You could also use the word imperative. Imperative. The stress is on the second syllable, imperative. This means absolutely necessary or essential, requiring immediate attention. It is imperative to wear a seatbelt while driving. Staying hydrated during the heat wave is imperative for your health. So this is something that is absolutely essential. It's very, very important. If you don't stay hydrated, if you don't drink enough water when it's extremely hot, you could suffer dehydration. Big is a very common word. It's used when describing something that is physically large or has a major impact. Now, instead of this word, we can use some advanced words such as enormous. Enormous. The stress is on the second syllable, and this means very large in size, quantity, or extent. For example, the storm caused enormous damage to the coastal towns. They bought an enormous house with 6 bedrooms and a swimming pool. Colossal. Colossal. The stress is on the second syllable, colossal. This means extremely large or great, often to an impressive degree. For example, the skyscraper is a colossal structure towering over the city. Building the railway was a colossal undertaking for the engineers. So it's something which is extremely difficult, but when it's done, it's very impressive because it's difficult to do. Vast. Vast. This means very large in size, area, or amount. It's very expansive. For example, the Sahara Desert is a vast expanse of sand stretching for thousands of miles. She inherited a vast fortune from her late uncle. Immense. Immense. The stress is on the second syllable, immense. This means extremely large or great, often implying something overwhelming. For example, the mountains rise to an immense height covered in snow. The task required immense patience and dedication to complete. Monumental. Monumental. Here we stress the first and the third syllable. Monumental. This means exceptionally large or great, often with a sense of historical or cultural significance. For example, completing the Great Wall of China was a monumental achievement. He made a monumental mistake by forgetting the client meeting. Small is another common word. This means when something is physically tiny or not very significant in scale. Instead of this word, we can use some advanced words such as petite. Petite. The stress is on the second syllable, petite. This means small and delicate in a pleasant or attractive way. It's often used for people or objects. For example, she wore a petite dress that perfectly suited her figure. Minute. Minute. The stress is on the second syllable, minute. This means extremely small in size, amount, or detail. For example, the scientist examined the minute particles under the microscope. The difference between the two designs was so minute that few noticed it. Diminutive. Diminutive. The stress is on the second syllable, diminutive. This means very small, often used to describe something that is smaller than usual or expected. For example, he handed her a diminutive box containing a beautiful ring. The diminutive figure of the actress made her look delicate on stage. Next up, we have compact. Compact. The stress is on the first syllable, compact. This means small but efficiently arranged or designed. For example, the studio apartment was compact but had everything she needed. The new car has a compact design, perfect for city driving. So it's something which is small, but it's really well designed. So driving in the city, you don't want a big car because it's very difficult to park. So having a nice compact car makes driving more enjoyable and it makes it easier to find somewhere to park. Modest, modest. The stress is on the first syllable, modest. This means small in size, scale, or scope, often in a humble or understated way. For example, they lived in a modest home on the outskirts of the city. The company achieved modest growth this quarter despite economic challenges. I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to see more videos like this, write yes please in the comments below and try to write some example sentences using these advanced words. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next lesson. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.